This video will cover adjusting basic settings on your Android tablet. The first thing you need to do is go to your home page. You'll notice that you may have a My Books widget listed on the side. You can hold down on that widget and drag it to delete or uninstall. Over on the far right-hand side, you'll notice that you have kind of an app tray. These apps stay put here no matter what page you're on. Notice as I swipe, even if these pages were to fill up with apps, this particular tray stays still. So you're going to want to drag the apps that you use most frequently to this shelf. Let's take a look at our settings. The first thing you need to do is swipe down. You'll notice you receive time, the date, and the ability to clear notifications. These are just notifications that this particular tablet has been receiving. To actually get the full list of settings, you drag down again and it just basically pulls the shade down further. From here we can adjust the Wi-Fi if we're connected to the wrong Wi-Fi. We can look at Bluetooth. So if we have a speaker we would like to connect, we would use the Bluetooth setting. We can also adjust auto rotate. I wouldn't recommend that you turn it off. It's more important to know how to turn it back on should a student ever accidentally turn it off. So again, auto rotate needs to be turned on. Also notice that you can click the settings gear. So that's this gear right here in the top right corner. So we'll go ahead and click that. And that brings us to a host of settings for your Android tablet. Some of them are repetitive that you just saw in the previous screen, like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The ones we'll want to look at today would be display. So let's take a look at display. You can adjust the brightness level. So if you have a student that does not like bright light, or you yourself do not, you're sitting in a dimly lit room, the bright screen bothers you, you can adjust the brightness level. Keep in mind the higher you keep it turned up, the faster you burn your battery. You can also adjust your wallpaper if you dislike the wallpaper that it currently is defaulted to. What I do want to check off is how the machine is set to sleep. The default on these machines, I believe, is 2 minutes. So at 2 minutes, the machine goes dim and you have to press the power button again. I would recommend turning it to something more like 10 minutes. Again, keep in mind this also does drain your battery faster. So if you notice that your battery isn't getting through the day, then you would need to change it to, say, 5 minutes. The font size, you can also change this. I like having the huge font. The default is normal, but that leaves the font to be about, I would say, between 10 and 11 point font. My eyes get tired, especially by the end of the day. I do appreciate having a larger font. Small is painfully small, and normal to me is, like I said, 11 to 12 point font. Large is maybe 14, 16. So I've clicked huge, and I'm guessing that's maybe 16, 18 point font. I appreciate that. I think it's easier to read. That definitely is a user preference though. Then I'm not going to adjust any others. I'll tap the back button. We also can look at sounds and notification. So I would recommend turning down your alarm volume all the way, and notifications, turn it down. This means anytime an app gets an update or a notification, some kind of little buzzer is going to go off. It could be kind of annoying in the classroom. I would not turn media volume down. That's your videos, things like that. Leave that as is. I wouldn't mess with any of the others. The only thing you could take a look at some point is if you have an app that keeps giving you a pop-up message or a notification message here, you could turn off those app notifications here. So let's say Dell Live Wallpapers kept giving me some kind of pop-up here or notification that I wanted to ignore, and I was tired of having the kids clear those. I could block those notifications. So it's something I wouldn't do anything with now. I would just know how to do it should you get one that's bothering you. I'll also note that here this is the back button and the circle is the home button. So I'm going to back out of where I was, and now I'm back to sound and notifications. I'm going to back one more back to the home page for settings. I actually wouldn't mess with anything else here. If you're a teacher, a special needs teacher, you could check out accessibility and see if you like any of these. For example, large text. The Android tablet also will read to you. There's the speech to text feature. So you could check these out if that's something you would need for a student. So we'll go back and we'll go back again, and that takes us back to the home page. So this video was a quick one. It just covered how to adjust basic settings on your Android tablet. Probably the most important one being how to turn the default timer from 2 minutes to something longer. If you have any questions, be sure to post them to our Google site. Good luck and have fun with that tablet.